Welcome everyone to another episode of Quick Tips, where every Friday I give you straight to the point tips for your film and photography projects. And in today's episode, I'm going to show you my YouTube studio on a tripod. It's really cool. Let me show you. So this is my YouTube studio on a tripod, and I'm probably gonna be making just different iterations of this entire setup. I might even add a bigger monitor one day, maybe a Ninja 5 video recorder, or even put this whole thing on some wheels. Ooh, that'll be cool. So consider this as like version 1 of my YouTube studio on a tripod. Right, let's get to it. So let's start with a tripod. And the tripod that I use is the Manfrotto Be Free Travel Tripod. It's really meant to be for travels because it's pretty light. I mean, it's the only other tripod I have left in the house, but any tripod will do. This particular tripod has the standard 501 PL plate that a lot of Manfrotto tripods have. I'm not a big fan of that just because that plate is a bit too long. I much prefer using the Manfrotto RC2 quick release plate because it's just so easy to use, which is why I decided to add a whole RC2 system on top of this tripod. My main camera, of course, is the A7 III, and the lens that I like using is the 16-35 G Master lens. My particular camera doesn't have a flip out screen, so I have to use a monitor, but even if I did have a flip out screen, I'd still use a bigger monitor because it's a lot easier to see. And the monitor that I've been using recently is the DesView D7P. Hold on. R7P, way off. Having a big monitor is great, especially if it has features like focus peaking or false colors, and that way you can see if your composition is actually in focus or if there are hotspots in the frame which you can fix before you start filming. Anyway, I attached the monitor to my tripod by using a small rig multi-friction arm. This little doohickey is really cool because you can attach anything that has a 1/4-20 thread and mount it to really anything. But that is where I place the monitor, just below the camera. To connect my monitor to the camera, I use a special HDMI cable. On one end is a full-size HDMI, while on the other end is a right-angled micro HDMI. The reason why I like using this is because I don't want to add stress to the HDMI port of my Sony A7 III. It's not a very good port. So having a right-angled cable just kind of helps reduce that stress. And then of course I plug the HDMI to the monitor, but I also use a right-angled HDMI adapter to help reduce the stress of the HDMI port as well. Also, it looks neater. On top of the camera is where I of course place my microphone, but not exactly on the hot shoe adapter. I actually use an 11-inch articulating arm to act as a boom. And the one that I like using is from SmallRig. I just simply attach the arm to the hot shoe of my camera, angle it a little bit, and then attach my Rode VideoMic Pro Plus on the end. There's one more thing that I attach to this setup, and it's really cool, and it's the Zoom H1N audio recorder. Sometimes when I do review videos, I kind of forget to say a certain piece of information, and so I kind of have to refilm it. All I really need is just the audio, and so I don't necessarily need to film myself, which is why I use an audio recorder like the H1N. So with a male thread adapter, I simply attach the H1N to my monitor because on the side of that monitor is a 1/4-20 mount. Just make sure it's upright and close enough to plug in your microphone. I really like this setup because now I don't have to use my camera specifically to record voiceovers or add a couple of things to my review videos. I can just simply plug in my microphone to the H1N and just start recording. And that is my YouTube studio on a tripod. Pretty cool, right? I can use it here, I can use it in a kitchen, I can use it in the bathroom, you can use it anywhere, and you can do it yourself as well. So definitely try these tips out, make your own YouTube studio on a tripod, and yeah, send me photos of what you guys come up with. Well, thanks for watching, and as always, have an amazing day, have a kick butt weekend, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!